Yo, 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 howdy, ho, everybody. What's going on? It is Mr. LaShant here, and I am back at you again with another legendary discussion here. And kind of what I wanted to talk about, since it's basically the end of the year today in which I am recording this is Thursday, December 31st, so basically New Year's Eve. And with that, it means that we're going to be going into 2021, ladies and gentlemen. 2020 was quite the wild year. A lot of really bad stuff happened. I would say probably the first and foremost being the COVID-19 pandemic. When it first started off in, what was that, 2019? When it was over in Asia, it was no big deal to a lot of people. It didn't seem like something that was really going to affect the rest of the world, but slowly and surely it made its way all the way around the entire world. This entire spinning blue globe. It devastated one land after another, and it made its way over here to the US. On top of that, we had World War III almost happen, which is wild in itself. But fortunately, that was able to be avoided. But we also had a lot of death of the black community. That was very hard to watch, especially with Mr. Floyd, passing away due to police officers kneeling on his neck. That video was, I think, like one of the hardest things that I've ever had to watch. I'm not a political person or anything like that, but like just being a black person, and I think not even just putting it inside of the box of being a black person, but I mean honestly, if you had a heart, if you're a human being, that video is going to do something to you. A lot of deaths, a lot of people that unfortunately caught the virus and that died to it. I know of people that unfortunately lost their lives to it and that had a really hard time overcoming it. But the topic of today's video, from what you will see in here, is the topic of something that is called pandemic fatigue. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, going into 2021, it's not 100% clear how things are going to look, I guess, concerning the COVID-19 pandemic. It's, they have the vaccine, but from what I've heard, I believe the vaccine that was supposed to be, I guess, the most successful is the one that's like the hardest to transport because of how cold you have to keep it in order for it to stay good. And not just transporting it, but also getting it to like pharmacies and stuff like that. You would have to provide like a large cooling system to be able to keep the medicine good and to be able to keep it safe for use. You know what I'm saying? And so, with that, things are looking, it's still looking kind of sketchy for 2021. On top of that, the freaking COVID-19 virus freaking decided that it wanted to have a mutant X gene. This John done mutated into some other kind of stuff. So now I don't know if that means that they're going to have to work out a new vaccine for the new mutation. Like, what does that mean? Like how has that joint mutated? What are the new symptoms and everything? Does it affect people in a different way? Could it cause a mutation in you? Could it cause you to become Storm? Could it cause you to become Cyclops or Beast? If I'm going to be somebody, definitely let me be Wolverine. I'll regenerate. It'll be great. I'll love it. But I mean, seriously, like, with that, it kind of makes things look kind of uncertain. And so, that with that comes the prospect or the possibility that there may be another lockdown. To me, I always thought that the government was going to, I guess wait until after the holidays, until after New Year's, until after Christmas, and they were going to do another lockdown because before the holidays and leading up to it, it seemed like the COVID-19 numbers were rising again very swiftly. And even in my job and, where I work, I'm a building engineer for the school district of Philadelphia, and like, it's so bittersweet. And another reason why I wanted to talk about this subject of pandemic fatigue, where there's basically nobody really in the school. There's the principal, there's a couple of teachers, like not even really teachers, just a couple of staff that are in the building, you know what I'm saying? And before, dealing with all the teachers, all the students, and then making a mess and everything else, I thought that I absolutely would have loved the kids not being there and like just being me and my cleaning staff and everything else. But bruh, it's kind of weird. Like, there's a difference between it being, not, I guess, loud and obnoxious and stuff, and there being like nobody really there. Like, even the people that are there, I really don't see them because of the fact that you still got to keep, or try to keep, 6 feet apart. We still try to keep our social distancing going. Anytime that I go out of my engineering office, I have to still go and put my mask on, and wherever I am, if I'm out in the open or next to people, I normally won't stay there for too long to keep things safe, because you never know what might be happening. And so it's weird, like the effects of not being able to not being able to socialize in a normal way has really taken an impact, to the point where it's just like, like I'm not even really enjoying this vacation like I was, but now it's just weird. So like, for a lot of people, I would definitely say that, it's a weird situation. And I would say for anybody to have to go from a situation where you can go out with your friends, you can hang out, and, not really being able to keep in close contact with them. It's weird for anybody. And so basically what pandemic fatigue is like, it's not like I guess it's not what you would call like a official mental illness, but it's something that affects your mind, where because of the lack of connectivity that you have with the outside world and with others, it causes you to really have like a lax demeanor about the pandemic and about safety precautions and things like that. So instead of staying indoors, instead of staying inside away from people, remaining safe, it causes you to actually want to disregard those safety guidelines. It causes you to want to be next to people. It causes you to basically throw caution to the wind, regardless of what may come, because you're craving that social interaction so much. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is feeling, that effects. I got one of my homies who is, going to be getting married because he proposed to his fiance, his girl, and everything like that. And I always check up on him just to make sure how things are going for him, because I know when I was trying to get married, because I got married this year in September, and that job was difficult because at the time, this was back, I believe I proposed to her in July, and during that time the government had just reopened, like literally just reopened, for us to be able to get our marriage license, because before, the government buildings had totally shut down. You couldn't get a marriage license. You couldn't really apply for, any of the government stuff that you needed to. But fortunately, since I proposed to her in July, I was able to get the marriage license, and we were able to get married in September. But, it was super small. We couldn't have nearly as many people as we wanted to, the people that we know and love. And so that's really hard, and that's tough. And so, the question is for anybody is, okay, well, if it's pandemic fatigue, it's a thing that people are dealing with, then what am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to be able to cope with it? And the simple answer is really just to be able to try to keep as much contact as you can while staying safe. Coming up with fun and creative ways to be able to still associate with those who are close to you, to be able to get some human interaction, so that you basically don't drive yourself bonkers by all of the quietness and everything else that is going on around you. You know what I'm saying? So what does this mean? Basically, you know what I'm saying? First of all, keep in contact. So, call, text, Facebook groups, or, FaceTime, whatever you have, Google Duo. Ain't nobody really using Google Duo. Let me stop. But, but whatever you can use to be able to keep into contact with those who are close to you, really, being able to talk to them on the phone, once a week or whenever you're available. For people who are working, you know what I'm saying, you do what you got to do. But if you're not working, it's really good to it's really good to keep in contact with those who are your friends and family and everything. Check on everybody, see how they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Have a social interaction with them, so that way you can be able to keep your mind in, I guess, this having a sense of social interaction. And again, with that, take it a step further. You know what I'm saying? Be creative. Come up with some fun ideas. So far, since the pandemic, I have been to maybe 4 or 3 Zoom game nights and different Zoom things. Once a week, me and my homies, we get together. We get on Zoom and we just talk. We have good conversations. We be talking about, casual stuff. And it's a pretty good mixture of guys and women, you know what I'm saying? And we have casual conversations and stuff like that. And it's always a good time. It's funny. We be joking around, laughing, busting it up. You know what I'm saying? You could do that. Also, one of the things that I was trying to do that I found to be a good idea is if you have Netflix, if you have a Netflix account, and you have Google Chrome, I don't know if you could do it on your phone, but I know you can definitely do it on your laptop. It's this app, I think it's called Watch Party or something like that, but it's basically an extension that you can put on your Google Chrome so that you are able to watch Netflix movies together as one. And so it's basically would be like let's say if you were on Zoom and then you hit that share button and you share like a video or something like that. It's basically like that, but it connects directly to Netflix. And so I was thinking of doing that because I saw this interesting Netflix, I guess, comedy thing that I saw on there called Death to 2020, where they get like actors and celebrities to recall the accounts of what happened on 2020, but they do it in a funny and comedic way. I'll try to link the trailer in there if I can. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I'll try to find it, and I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. But it looks pretty funny to me. It looks like something that would be a good time to watch, to have a comedic take, to kind of brighten things up, and to hopefully, get us some more hopeful spirits for 2021. You know what I'm saying? So that was an idea that I came up with, you know what I'm saying? And, for you and your family and friends, try to have, maybe a game night. Try to have something where maybe you guys just get together and y'all just talk, you know what I'm saying? Just rapid taste on it. You means check in on everybody, see how they're doing. If you, I know one thing that was really, really fun that me and some homies did, we played, what's that game called? Among Us. We did an Among Us kind of like a party thing where we used the Zoom, and it's always funny because when you use Zoom, right, like if you use Discord, that's just your voice, so like you mute yourself and stuff like that. But the fun thing with Zoom when you play Among Us with Zoom is you gotta keep your face as still as possible to try not to give yourself away as being the imposter. And it's like so funny because like if you like assassinate somebody or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, your natural reaction is to kind of like cheese, like, I got him, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta try to keep that at bay so that you don't give yourself away, because people will notice and they'll be like, oh, well, I found this body here. What was you smiling at? I noticed that you was smiling. You was cheesing real hard. What's going on with that, bruh? You was up to some dirty deeds? You up to doing some evil things? But that's, some ideas that you can maybe take for yourself and for you and your loved ones. And for me personally, I'm trying to be more optimistic about 2021. Like I said, I do think that there is a possibility, and I would even say a probability of things shutting down again, because of how the numbers were rising, because of people not wanting to social distance or not wanting to wear their mask, just being stupid, not caring about the overall well-being of the human race, but also because of the fact that this thing is mutating now. This joint got an X gene. This joint might turn somebody into Professor X, the Phoenix Force. I don't know. We gonna have to see. But this joint, I don't know. This COVID-19 virus is looking very, very ominous. It's looking this joint is wild, and like I'm not gonna lie, like we had like I don't know, of everything we had, like the swine flu, you know what I'm saying, like all them kind of stuff, like that stuff was bad, but I don't know, like it literally feels like COVID-19 has rocked the world in a way in which a pandemic has not rocked the world in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just wild, and I just can't believe that there's still places where people are so lax, where people really don't care about what's going on, and you even have people that are protesting, making a fuss out of the fact that they have to wear a mask, and it's like, yo, bruh, like this is so that we can keep everybody safe. And everybody includes you ding dong, you dingling. Like, what you mean? Like, you don't want to be safe? You trying to catch COVID? You want to be coughing and hacking up all this phlegm out of your lungs? Lungs just crowded by mucus. Mucus just A-town stomping all in your lungs because you can't breathe. COVID-19 is over there crip walking on your lungs. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants that. I definitely don't want that. So wear a mask and don't be complaining about it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, even with that, even with how ominous this thing is looking, I'm still hopeful, because at least they did get a vaccine. There are some troubles transporting certain ones or whatever, but that's why you have multiple versions of the vaccine. I said the vaccine. That's why you have multiple versions of the vaccine. So we'll see what happens, man. One thing I will say, if you catch my, I'll just say this: I am very happy that I got married in the time of which I did, because for people that are dating, that are seeing someone, whatever else, in the midst of a pandemic. That John, that might be like the most ominous thing, is how it's affecting relationships. Like, can you even see the bae? Can you even, like, I don't know, how do you set that up? You know what I'm saying? Do you gotta socially distance, like when you go in, or if you have somebody, if you have bae over, you know what I'm saying, to make her or him dinner or something like that, like, do y'all have to stay 6 feet apart at all times? Like, I don't know, it's just crazy, it's wild, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, we'll see how 2021 goes. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but y'all tell me what y'all think, you know what I'm saying? Use the comments in the, I kind of got my thoughts mixed up there like a freaking bowl of spaghetti. But, use the comments. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys hopeful for 2021? What do you think is going to be happening? What do you think about this new COVID-19 mutation? Do you think that somebody is going to become a mutant and form the X-Men? Like, is people going to get the X gene in them? Is this how it all starts? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, wasn't there like some kind of a thing that I saw? It was like a post or something that I saw on my like Google News thing for like, I don't know, I guess there was like this eclipse or whatever that was supposed to be happening, and like that John, like I guess they were saying that, and I don't even think it was like a scientific person saying this, I just think it was the internet being stupid, but they were saying that I guess the radiation, whatever was going to be radiating from the eclipse, was going to be affecting people with melanin in their skin, and that people, black people or people of color, were supposed to be getting superpowers. And I was like, yo, people were just talking about like what their superpower would be and what they would do with their superpower, and I'm just like, yo, bro, like, are y'all serious with this, man? Like, it's nice to think about, but like I don't think we're getting powers just because the sun or whatever is getting eclipsed, or the moon and the sun is aligning. I don't know what the heck was going on, but it was funny. Even though 2020 was a very sucky year, no doubt, there was a lot of funny stuff that happened. Like, and by like funny, I mean in the stupid kind of way. Like, you had freaking Trump saying that people should just, instead of doing the Tide Pod challenge, he was like, nah, I'm a 1-up. forget the Tide Pod challenge. Y'all need to get on this Clorox challenge right here, baby. This is the wave right here, you know what I'm saying? This is how we do it. This is how you get COVID free. Like, that joint had me dying. Like, and I was just like, yo, watch somebody really try this joint. Watch somebody really try it. Like, there are so many YouTube videos about what would happen if you were to ingest bleach. And yo, that joint is horrible. Like, literally, your stomach would burn your body. Like, your acid would basically be like, I don't know, supercharged, and like it would burn your body from the inside out. Like, you would wish that you were dead. But that's going to do it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the video, and share the video with all your social networks and all that good stuff, and I will see y'all later.
Let's have some fun. Watch out! Believe it or not, I'm pretty busy. Get out of my face! I got it. Just take a nap. All right.